This next game we're going to look at,
It's
everybody
been
is
4
aware of. And when this comes out in 2027, we are going to have such a good time with this game, I think. This is Ashes of Creation. Will be playable in 2024.
months since my last Ashes of Creation update video, so today I'm going to recap the past 4 development live streams for the people who casually follow the project and don't have time to tune into the hour-plus long live streams each month.
I'm thinking about reacting to the live streams in the future as they kind of update the game and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool.
In this video, we'll cover the Alpha 2 village nodes.
Ashes of delays. My concern with this game, there's a number of concerns I have with this game. Number one, the PvP, I mean, like the combat looks horrible. It's still in like alpha, right? But like the combat looks really bad. They're going to have to bring the combat up like 8 notches. Like that, if the combat can come anywhere near BDO, I think it's going to be solid. The problem is it's taking them so long to release this game. It might even end up looking outdated on release, but we will see.
Update, the event update, the caravan system preview, and the Alpha 2 artisanship
Every time I look at this game, I just can't get into how it plays. I mean, we'll see.
system preview. The last time I updated you on Ashes of Creation,
Look how fucking garbage that looks. Look how fucking bad that looks. Nah, dude. There's no way it releases like this, but like, ain't no way.
we covered the Mage preview, Alpha 2 Cyclops World Boss Showcase, the Freehold Showcase, and the
Like,
Alpha
see, this looks way better, but then look at this combat, dude. Look at this.
2 Cleric update.
Look how boring
The
that
August
looks.
development update stream was a real highlight for me, as it was the first time we've had a glimpse at the village
The
stage.
boomers love the combat. I don't think so, man. It looks really dull. If you're just gonna play something like this, just play World of Warcraft, bro. Like that's where we're at with this.
Nodes in Ashes
I will say that for whatever reason, I really like this guy.
since
It's kind of a helmet that I would wear.
Alpha 1,
I honestly wonder
which
where
was
he got
over
it.
2 years ago, with the game since upgrading from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. The stream starts out with Steven outside of a node, nice cape physics on display. We get a look
Okay. Maybe this is a hot take. I think there's too much cape physics. I think that this looks fucking weird.
starts out with Steven outside of a node.
It's just like flapping around. I don't know. I don't really like the cape physics crazy amount, like a crazy amount. I think it's okay, but like it just looks strange. I don't know. It looks weird and it's like moving. Like look at that.
Nice
Like,
cape physics on display. We get a look at the
it looks like the wind is always blowing.
treasury UI, where the mayor can create buy orders for resources that can be used by the node. They gathered some rocks, then ventured towards the node of Winstead, which is
Like that cape physics looks pretty good.
completely unrecognizable to the village.
But like the wind is blowing this way and the cape is blowing this way. So like I don't know.
Stage nodes we saw in Alpha
And now
1.
it's all over the place.
We get a tour of the node, checking out various buildings such as the caravanserai,
See, the cape is always
some
moving.
in-node housing, and vendors on the street.
Look at
Visually,
it's
I
just
thought
moving.
this node looked unbelievable.
Like I feel like this cloth material is really heavy. I don't feel like it's supposed to be moving this much. I don't know. It just looks weird.
Cozy. The textures, the small details,
Yeah, the game
subtle
looks beautiful.
environmental animations made this look super immersive and a place I'd love to settle in as a hub for my adventures. Next, we look at some more UI menus, one for a requisition agent, another for node tax rate, and a building menu UI, which shows how different node buildings basically have their own upgrade trees for specialization. For example, some nodes might want to build multiple blacksmiths, one blacksmith that specializes in sword crafting and another in axe crafting. So as a crafter, you'll
Oh, looks like that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the cape from Doctor Strange. That's what it is. That cape is gonna come alive and just eat you. It's just gonna it's gonna wrap itself around your head.
probably want to settle in a node that has buildings specialized in a way that complement your desired crafting niche. Next, Steven shows off some building construction by building a smithy. He heads to an empty plot, gives the required
Theon, I've come to bargain.
resources to a construction foreman, and we're able to see an ultra sped up animation of the
This is
building
really
being
cool.
constructed piece by
This is really cool. The fact that you can go out, gather materials, come back, and actually add a building to the town is really cool. And like watch it being built. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. We've never seen that really get implemented. I'm not really sure. Like, I feel like this cloth material is really heavy. I don't feel like it's supposed to be moving this much. I don't know. It just looks weird. how that works exactly with like everyone wanting to build stuff, because like when you have thousands of players, I'm not really sure how this works exactly. Like if it's got to be instance, right? Like there's no shot.
Obviously, for full release, this building will come together
Super
over
cool.
the course of several days, but so far I love the direction they've taken with this. Seeing the footprint and foundation of the
Just
building
Albion?
being laid
Okay,
with
fair.
NPC workers hammering away. This is some epic attention to detail, once again adding to that sense of immersion we've been looking for in an MMO. Once the smithy is built, Stephen
Immersion.
crafts a sword at the anvil.
Okay, I fucking hate the fact that you have to play Tetris with your inventory. I fucking hate that. Resident Evil 4 made me do that. Hated it.
Then walks around the node showing off more of the visuals. Aside from the actual gameplay shown in this live stream, we also had a bunch of slides talking about citizenship, mayorship, mandates, mayoral commissions, policies, service buildings, and buy orders. Too much to go into in depth for this concise overview video. Overall, the August update was an absolute banger. A 2-hour plus live stream packed full of information showing multiple systems working, and the response to this one from the Ashes community was extremely positive. Moving on to September's livestream, which was focused on the event system in Ashes. Starting out, the party moved through a forest, killing a few giant spiders.
The animations look like a 4 out of 10. The combat overall, like look how stationary. They're just standing there throwing skills, hitting the numbers on their hotbar like this. I don't know, dude. Like, and yeah, like the game, this was September, right? So like the game does look better than it did previously, but
eventually an event is triggered ahead. Events in Ashes can be triggered based on multiple different factors, such as player activity in an area, story arcs, and node progression. Upon arriving at the event area, the 4-player group was automatically converted to a raid group, and they had to defend a caravan with its friendly NPCs from several...
I think that that's really cool. I think that that's going to get old really fast, but like we will see. But I think it's cool that your caravan can get raided and stuff, and then
waves of bandit attackers.
That's cool.
More players eventually turned up to form an 8-player raid, and once the final wave was defeated, a reward chest
Guild Wars 2 does this. Well, a lot of games do this. Black Desert has this. It's called Tax Cart. It's just a little bit different.
Lootable. The event system basically works how you'd expect it to work when it comes to difficulty scaling, rewards based on contribution, and multiple stages. Events like this will likely be a nice distraction to mix up your gameplay whilst out and about in the world. This wasn't all for September's livestream though, as we finally got an announcement for Alpha 2. Sometime in 2024.
Alright. Sometime in the next 12 months. I'll see you in December, boys. Only 11 to go.
I kinda expected that to be the case, but yeah, nice to finally have the confirmation now. Other than that,
Fuck that. We're gonna get all the way to December. We've delayed Alpha 2 testing sometime in 2025. And we're in Alpha. We are still in Alpha.
We also had some art updates, which I'll flash on screen for you to look at now.
That's cool.
That was pretty much it
Foxes are my favorite animal.
for September.
Ooh, look how cool that armor looks. Yes, dude. Yes.
A decent stream, but certainly not as hype as some of the others we've had this year. October's development,
I misunderstand. Hold on. Let me just...
but certainly...
Okay, so theoretically... Okay, first, why does this mask look like RuneScape? What? But the last one... The fox looks
that was
great.
Pretty much it for September.
Look at that one. Wait. Which one is it? Is it this one?
A decent stream, but
Or is it that one? You know which one it is. You already know which one it is. Early concept. God, I hope so. That being said, how in the fuck is the female armor set supposed to block any incoming damage when she's wearing this much clothing? Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
certainly not as hype as some of the others we've had this year. October's development livestream, however, was definitely one I'd consider to be
Respectfully,
one
that's
of
right.
the best this year, as
Okay.
it showed one of Ashes of Creation's largest, most complicated features in action,
All right, let's hear
the
it.
caravan system. The stream starts out with Steven inside a building with an NPC called a commodities vendor. First he
My understanding of this is like tax cart in BDO. For those of you that don't know, I will explain. Tax cart in BDO basically means all of the taxes for one region called Balanos are moved to another region called Calpheon on this giant cart every week. And the region owner can defend the cart, okay, from bandits who will flag up and hit it, okay, other players. If other players hit the cart who don't own the region, okay, they get some of that money. The cart will start dropping money for them, and they will get loot in this way. So, like, there's incentive to defend and both attack the cart. It's a big PvP event.
explains that the primary currency accepted by this vendor is a resource called glint, which is a bound resource dropped by enemies in Vera. If you want to quickly convert this
Where?
glint to gold, you can simply buy commodities from the vendor, then instantly sell it for gold. However, a more profitable decision would be to transport those commodities to a different node that doesn't have access to the same
More
commodities,
Tetris. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though.
then sell for a markup. Steven purchases his commodities, which are automatically placed in the
I love how they very conveniently skipped all of the fucking Tetris that he had to play to put this in his inventory. Don't worry, guys. This is immersion.
storage, then heads over to the caravansary building in the node. He talks to a caravan master, which brings up a UI menu where you can purchase a basic caravan. Within this UI menu, you're also able to customize the caravan with various items which will affect its stats, such as speed,
That's
cargo
cool.
size, as well as active abilities.
That's really cool.
Steven upgrades the caravan, and we can see how the cargo size is increased.
There is haul assing it.
He places the commodities into the caravan from the storage menu, then clicks launch. Next, you need to find a location from which to launch your caravan within a certain proximity to the node. This is done so players can be sneaky and launch their caravans out of the sight of potential player bandits. Steven finds his caravan launch location, opens the UI.
Don't do it, man. There is always Cho Nation crouched in the bushes, waiting for you. Bro, I can just see this. The BDO players are going to get into this, and it is just going to be like... All right, put the cart right here. And then you're going to put the cart down, and then it's going to be like... Hey. It's gonna be kind of brutal. They're gonna be crouched behind trees and shit, just waiting for you to launch this goddamn caravan, bro.
Y clicks
Ain't
on the
no
caravan,
way.
and the caravan
Ain't no
begins
way.
being summoned. This can take about 2 minutes. Eventually, the caravan spawns, and we begin our journey to the adjacent node. On the way, it's explained that the caravan will move faster on the road compared to off-road. However, on the road, players are more likely to encounter threats, such as Tumok the Cyclops, who we see roaming around.
This is really fucking cool. Yeah, you get an advantage for being on the road versus going off-road, all-terrain vehicle. That's really cool. I like that.
As well as other players. The party venture off-road, demonstrating that the caravan can't fall off cliffs. Then they cross a bridge, which realistically would be a dangerous choke point for player bandits to launch an ambush. Eventually, we also get to see an example of environmental danger and events that can occur whilst transporting goods in a caravan. One example being the road becoming blocked by a fallen tree, and another being an NPC ambush. Here we got to see the caravan.
Bro, they cut away before the tree fell over, bro. Watch this giant ass tree's about to fall over. I'm like, oh, it's gonna hit the cart.
A fallen tree, and another being an NPC
I wanted to
ambush.
see if it was gonna do damage.
Here we got to see the caravan abilities.
I like it when shit gets busted up. Like, it gets hit, and then you can see it taking damage. That's cool.
Action in the form of an AoE heal, a speed boost, and a repulsion blast which sent enemies flying.
All right, I would like to drive the cart. I have reconsidered. I would like to drive it. Did you guys see that shit?
a speed boost, and a repulsion blast which sent enemies flying. The caravan finally makes it to the node, crossing the boundary to safety, and all of the commodities are automatically placed in the node storage, where they can be sold or repackaged for further transportation. Personally, I really enjoyed this live stream, and it once again highlighted to me that the entire economy, life skill, and world in Ashes is being designed to be absolute top tier. There were times
So like trading in BDO, but not dog shit. I think that this is pretty cool. It makes it into like a PvP event. You know, players got to play together for kind of forces interaction. Like it's going to be, I think that's, that concept there is really cool. Really cool. I think the game looks beautiful
during this showcase where I was just blown away by how immersive and cozy it looked transporting these goods. And I can imagine that the random chance of
Bro, I'd like that feeling in BDO so bad.
events spawning and the PvP risk versus reward will keep players engaged throughout the entire process. As usual, the stream ended with a short art showcase. So
okay, another super cool thing about the game is that they're going to have fucking mounts that aren't horses. Look at that. Yeah. Yes, sir. Also, this guy is one of us. All right? That developer is gaming. Just want to point out, that man is gaming.
So once again, I'll flash that up on screen for you to take a look at.
Oh my god, you can ride dragons.
If you're a crafting geek, then November's livestream was probably your favourite update of the entire year. We once again start out with the Winstead node, which was showcased in the previous two live streams. This time there's a few new artisan buildings completed in the
Look how fucking cool that snail is, dude. I saw it in like the preview trailer. I was like, no, dude, that's
form of animal husbandry, stonemasonry, and lumberjacking artisan stations. Stephen opens his inventory and consumes a recipe for a weapon known as the Night Blade, which we'll be working towards crafting throughout this stream, giving us a full look at the crafting gameplay loop. Next, we talk to an agricultural vendor who gives us an intro quest for herbalism. He gives us the mats to craft a sickle. We go to an anvil, craft it, and hand in the quest. Each profession will have an intro quest like this where you'll get your first tool. We talk to the same NPC again.
Okay, that sounds really cool, but remember there's intro quests for everything in BDO, and those are just fucking annoying. But hopefully these aren't as annoying.
And he also sells various artisan-related outfits and bags for the specific professions. During the live stream though, they didn't have the assets available to show off the cosmetic appearances of these outfits, but in the future there'll be an option to toggle the appearance for this on and off, which is great for immersion and RP. We got a quick look at the new material inventory UI, which now clearly separates each bag with its respective profession.
What the fuck is that, bro? Now I'm playing advanced.
New material inventory UI, which now clearly
we went from playing normal Tetris to playing fucking Tetris on hard mode. It's missing boxes, man.
Separates each bag with its respective profession. The benefit of using specific material bags over normal bags is that you can have higher stacks.
What the fuck?
Sizes for materials, and materials are automatically sorted into their respective bags.
Okay.
We got a clear look at the artisan UI where you can see all of your equipped tools along with their durability at the side, as well as your profession
animal husbandry, that's training or breeding, yeah.
XP and levels. We also got an early look at the skill trees for professions, with lumberjacking up to the
skill trees for life skilling. What a concept.
Apprentice level being the example shown. At higher levels, this tree will likely have a lot more depth and options. Artisan skills will...
Is it just me? Or does this look like the really old mastery, the rune system for League of Legends? I guess it was masteries. It looks almost just like that. It's like the really ancient one.
Artisan skills will each have certification quests which you'll need to complete to level up to the next tier of mastery.
And that is not good, because that was like 12 years ago.
Going from novice lumberjacking to apprentice, which I think will add a lot of flavour for each of the game's professions. During this live stream, we're progressing the
This is
lumberjack
Unreal Engine
certification
5,
quest, with our first objective being reach level 10 lumberjacking. We head out into the world in search of resources to craft the sword and progress the lumberjack quest, and we also got a look at how corruption in Ashes of Creation can sweep across a zone if not dealt with by the players. Corrupted areas will be more dangerous to explore, but will also provide players with unique harvestable resources. Here we saw a giant ruby, for example, and I absolutely loved the way this huge gem shattered into a cloud of...
Why is he... Okay, he's treating this pickaxe like it is over half of his body size. Look how small... Okay, hold on, back it up, back it up, back it up. You can barely even see this little damn thing. It's like a little pick. It's a little ice pick, bro.
Cloud of red dust after it, and I absolutely loved the way this huge gem shattered into a cloud of red dust.
Bro, that shit's gotta get bigger, bro.
After it was mined. Once again, incredible attention to
detail.
That's
pretty cool. Yeah, that's
Next,
really cool. Make the pickaxe bigger.
Again,
look how small it is.
The updated mining physics. Then we ventured deeper into the corrupted zone to try and gather a tree, but didn't have the certification level required. We also got to see some corrupted monster in the distance too, which looked very menacing. Back to the village, and we're shown an update to Ashes of Creation's nighttime visuals, with everything now being much more dark and immersive. I love how the moon looks in particular in this scene. The detail was really pop.
Holy shit. Okay, that looks really fucking cool. As an ex-astronomy teacher, that shit looks really good.
The night sky. Next, a brief explanation on how players can specialize in their artisan skills. You can be a novice in all 22 professions, apprentice in 5 professions, journeyman in 4, master in 3, and grandmaster in 2. This, in my opinion, is really nice, as it allows everyone to at least try out and get a taste for each profession, without having to hard commit to one right in the beginning. The certification quests could also prevent players from accidentally leveling up a profession to the next tier of mastery. Next, we go to the lumber milling station to process some materials to craft the apprentice axe needed to complete the certification quest. Processing in Ashes is an AFK activity, which will cost fuel to initiate. We start the job and
24-hour gameplay, boys. You guys know what that means. 24/7 computer running action.
It takes 1 minute to process the oak wood into oak timber. It's worth noting that the node level can affect the speed of processing.
AFK or offline? He said AFK.
As well as the amount of processing slots. We finish crafting the apprentice axe and head back out into the world.
What was that? Did you guys see that?
Processing slots. We finish crafting the apprentice axe.
It looks like a giant hand. It looks like Super Smash Brothers. You know the giant white hand? That's what it looks like, a claw, like an evil version of that.
And head back out into the world. At this point, we're shown how different resources can spawn at night time. In the example showcased, we had night opals and moon bells. Once again, we return to the corrupted zone, this time with the correct certification to chop down a corrupted oak. With all the materials needed, we return to town and open up the crafting UI to craft the night blade, the recipe that was
I like that the tree. I like that the tree actually gets cut down when you're done with it. That's cool.
Apparently, the intention with this design is that players can choose to add a selection of optional materials during the crafting process to change the stats and quality of a weapon. Stephen clicks the craft button, which would usually bring up a crafting minigame to forge a weapon, but unfortunately it wasn't ready to be shown yet. With the glorious Nightblade weapon forged, that wrapped up the gameplay.
Okay, that's a pretty cool looking fucking weapon. And I like that. That's a pretty cool looking weapon. And I like that he forged it himself and you can add extra stuff to it. Look how cool that looks.
Section of the November live stream. A quick look at November's art showcase.
Okay. All right. These are the assets, I guess, that they're adding. Ghillie suit. Really? Jesus. Okay. Okay.
And that's
Did you? It has a saddle. That has a saddle too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Earth. Yeah.
And that's basically it for my quick recap of the past 4 months of Ash's development
Right
live
on.
streams. In total, we've had over 3 hours of game.
The game looks beautiful. I do have my gripes with it, but it's still an alpha, so it's tough to say. I will say that I am 100% going to apply for Alpha 2.
Play shown to us these past 4 months. And in my opinion, 3 out of the 4 recent streams were what I'd consider to be absolute bangers.
Okay, this guy's a fucking alpha. This is an alpha right here. Look how badass that fucking dude looks, bro.
Showing off multiple core systems in a working state, and the game's attention to detail and visuals continuing to blow me away. If it's one thing that Ashes of Creation has demonstrated to me over the past few months, is that this game will have some of the most interesting and
His armor looks like milk W.
in-depth systems when it comes to professions, economy, trade, player governments, and risk versus reward that we've ever seen in an MMO. It's been a long road, but it really does seem like Ashes isn't too far out of reach now, and I'm glad that we'll finally have the chance.
That is fucking cope. That is the biggest fucking copium I have heard all year. I can say that now. In the last 5 days. It's really not that far out, guys. Alpha 2 is in 2024. Beta in 2025. It's right around the corner. Full release November of 2027.
Chance to actually play the game in a much more fleshed out state with
Releasing with the Riot MMO, so no one's gonna give a shit.
Alpha 2 confirmed for 2024. But that's it for this video. As always, let me know your thoughts on the past 4 months of Ashes updates in the comments below, and which one of these live streams impressed you the most. If you want to support my Ashes coverage, then sign up with my referral code, help us out with a like to appease the algorithm gods, social media on screen. Thanks.
Right on. Yeah, we love Lazy Peon. Great content creator. Here's the video right here, guys. Give it a like. Lazy Peon makes great stuff. He keeps us up to date on Ashes of Creation. I might start doing reacts to their live streams. Like as they do them, I'll have to figure out when the live streams actually happen. To help follow this game a little bit more. I think Ashes is going to be a good game. I just feel like it's going to release really late. I'm going to try to get Alpha 2 access. And again, I don't plan on quitting BDO for necessarily for either of these games. You know, you keep making that content, but like these look like great games. You know what I mean? The systems look great, but like it's the gameplay that we all care about. And the gameplay in Ashes is scary bad. It's really scary. Like the combat, actually using the skills. You'll notice that almost none of the video had to do with actually using skills. It stayed away from all of that. It's talking about the systems. It's showing you how beautiful the game is, showing you the mounts and the new assets and the life skilling stuff. But like, you're really at no point in the last 4 or 5 months has they really shown us like a crazy update on the combat, and that's scary for me. That's kind of scary. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that one so far here.